Hi and welcome back to my channel Light in the Lantern. So a few days ago I did a video on what is your strengths. So today's part 2 and we're going to talk about what are your weaknesses. A lot of us hide behind our weaknesses and we're sort of ashamed to sort of own up to them. And I started to look into the reasons why that is, because it makes you feel like a failure, right? You know, to say to somebody, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, it feels like you're a failure. But that's actually the opposite, because your weaknesses can easily turn into your strengths. So let me give you an example. So say you're having issues with things that you may be consuming right now and you're finding it difficult to stop doing these things because you know they're not good for you. When you start working on yourself and working towards goals that will enable you to overcome these things, what happens is that becomes your strength. You know why? Because not only have you become stronger, whether it's strength through knowledge or strength through something, a physical change, you're then able to share your story with others and strengthen them. And so the chain begins, because then they're able to overcome what you have and they share the story and other people become strong. And it's like a beautiful, human, loving chain of energy when you share your strengths and weaknesses with the world. So think about it for a moment. What is it that you feel ashamed of? What is it that you would consider to be your weakness? Because you know what as well? Sometimes your weaknesses show you that perhaps you need to move on and try something else. For example, if you play basketball, for example, and you're not very good at it, but you're highly skilled in football, then why continue with basketball? Why not focus on football? Do you see what I mean? So your weaknesses could be telling you, okay, I've tried that, perhaps it's time to try something else. Perhaps it's time to stop now. So just think about that for a moment. Don't allow your weaknesses to make you feel ashamed, because there's always a strength in your weaknesses, no matter what it is. And I am a great believer that when you try, if you are a trier, then you're a very strong person, because when you have to try new things, you're stepping out of your comfort zone, but you're also building spiritual muscle and physical muscle depending on what you're pursuing. And it just really expands your mind, expands your whole being, your whole essence, when you push and push and push and try and try and try, and you never give up. So for me, weakness is a positive, because when you are weak, you are really strong. How can that be, you ask yourself? Well, let me just take a sip of tea for a minute. Doing the British thing, trying to solve a problem over a cup of tea. When you are weak, you are strong. Because it's when you're weak, that's when you find out things about yourself, things about the people that you may live with, things about your business, your products, your health, your family, your mum, your dad, your brothers and sisters. In your weakest hour, that's when you find out things, because you're going against a grain, you're pushing against unknown things, and you have to totally rely on yourself and no one else. And that's where the strength kicks in. And giving it a little, I just want to give it a bit of a spiritual spin. When you're under a lot of spiritual attacks, when they're trying to destroy you energetically and make you feel really heavy and make you feel like giving up, it makes you feel weak, right? But what they're actually doing is making you strong, because when you come out of it, you've learned something new about what they've been doing to you, the tricks that they play with your mind and your body, the tricks that they play energetically. What have you done through the spiritual attacks? You've gathered more information about how they're doing it, why they're doing it. So therefore, when that energy comes around you again, what do? You say, no, 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 I know you, I felt you, I know, no, no, you're not going to bring me down this time, no, I figured you out now. Do you see what I mean? So there's always a strength in something. I think weakness, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, weakness is the same as being strong. It's hand in hand, one of the same. Isn't that wonderful to know that? It's amazing, isn't it? So when you go to an interview and they say, what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths? You can be really confident and have a big grin on your face after watching this video, because now you'll be able to share your weaknesses, because by sharing your weaknesses with the person that's interviewing you, they're going to sit back and think, wow, oh, wow. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be more like a wow factor, more than, oh, we won't employ her or him. Do you know what I mean? So be encouraged, and just as a little exercise, write down your strengths and weaknesses, work on them, clear them. If there's something that you really need healing from, pursue that, and you will be amazed on how brilliant you really are. All the things that you were told perhaps when you were a child, that you'll never be good enough, you're not good at this, you're not good at that, maybe at school or college or university you were told that you will never make it. And one day you wake up and realise, actually, I have made it. Because sometimes we don't realise when we've made a success of our life, because we expect it to come in a certain way. And because it didn't come in a particular box with a pretty bow on top, we don't look at it as success. And success has many faces, many, many faces. People understand success as many, many things. So be encouraged today. Embrace your weaknesses and embrace your strengths, and just know that they're all one hand in hand. And you may discover that through your weaknesses, that could be what you're going to be really known for, like really be successful for. Because everybody has a story. And I don't know about you, but I love a backstory, because that tells me a lot about a person. Because you see, we see the polished side of people a lot. We don't see what it takes to get there. For example, creating this video, you don't know what it took for me to get here today to speak this intuitive, inspirational, healing message. You don't know what it took. So be encouraged, and let's just do a quick affirmation together. So take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I am strong. I am strong. I love my life. I love my life. I am loved and liked. I am loved and liked. I am worthy of good things. I am worthy of good things. And that's all I want to say to you today. So have a brilliant day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.